on telling me those lies. Do you remember?
Stand up back here. You can see me? You can see me? I know you can see me. You can see me back there? Okay. Please, I just need to know a few questions about you. I think most of you have met me. My name is Vanessa Adams, and I'm from Quebec State. We have a team of experts that work in different areas. And they sit and talk to company after company, and buyer after buyer, and banker after banker, and transporter after transporter, in a very practical way. In fact, we have a database of 10,000 contacts in West Africa and in the US who are doing trade between Africa and the US, buyers and suppliers. And among those different contacts, you find out who is really export ready. What does that mean? Who can really export? Who can talk to a buyer? Who can actually follow up by email? Who can negotiate prices? You might have beautiful custard ready to ship. Is your packaging compliant? Well, we can make a few changes. With the labeling compliant, okay, a few changes there. Right? As soon as it's ready to export,
And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abufal, as you can see. I'm in Africa. Essentially, each country I've gone to, I've been asked if I'm from that country. So I've been asked if I'm a Nigerian, and I said yes, I'm Nigerian. But you know, for the record, originally I'm from Senegal, but I consider myself an African. And I'm very passionate about trade, and in particular, this trade program, which is AGOA, the African Growth and Opportunity Act. I do manage a network of now 19 AGOA Resource Centers. Yesterday, if you've been to BOI, we launched the AGOA Resource Center, which is a focal point, if you want, that allows you to have access to information about AGOA, about export opportunities, the requirements, and how to tap to the US market, also to other international markets. So these resources are available for you to use, and we are also available to provide the required technical assistance to make sure that you can get your products from Nigeria to the US or other international markets.
All protocols of that, as you are aware, my name is Mr. Jacob Shekaro, but you call me Shekaro because it's easy for them to call it, and calling me to Shekaro. So I'm happy to be here today to share my experience with you and my working with USAID, West African Trade for the past 4.5 years. The name of my company is Mina Agro Oil Limited. I'm General Manager Export, and the Managing Director is also here, Dr. Yusuf. We are into production and export of shea butter, and we are also into training of our producers to meet up the standard of international market. My first experience with the Second Trade Hub was in February 2005 when the Corporate Council of Africa, through their West African International Business Education Program, linked me up with the West African Trade Hub in the program in Accra, Ghana. That was the first time I met Vanessa Adams and Dr. Peter. Then I went with my sample. Then I don't know anything about quality, I don't know anything about specification. All I just know is that they are in need of shea butter, and they believe that Nigeria also have shea butter. So I was asked to pick a sample of shea butter and I get that conference.
My name is Michael Rancourt, and I met somebody at lunch today and he said, well, how are you going to introduce yourself? And I said, well, I'm just going to tell the truth. And I think I'm more qualified to be on this side of this hall than on that side. And the reason that's the case is because I am a Nigerian exporter. But my intent is not to tell about the success but more importantly to point out a way to get other people to export their products. About 5 years ago, I moved back to Nigeria and set up a factory to process cassava into several flours, which we were and still are selling in the States. The problem became, well, I happened to be a chemical engineer, spent quite a bit of time designing and building this plant. And then it turned out that there was no cassava. It's very difficult to get cassava for an industrial process. I said, okay, well, let's try and do something else. So I went about setting up a small cooperative to get farmers to supply me with cassava. That little effort that started 3 years ago has blossomed into a cooperative that has 3,800 farmers today. And we're signing an MOU with, let me put a small plug for them, for Springbank on Saturday to provide our second round of microfinance support to those 3,800 farmers.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My company is AGC Limited, and we're set up to go into export of non-oil products. And then we selected shea butter because of the usable properties it has for those who use it. And when we started, of course, we faced the challenge of meeting quality standards. And like Mr. Jacob Shakara has already said, we met Mr. Emeka Wampo, and he told us all about the Export Path project. Of course, we were cynical about it, we were skeptical. He was going to hand over our products to him, and then they will be sold in the US, and the money will be repatriated through that number. Well, it was a good idea, and we decided to give it a try. When we presented our product, this is what we started with. Yeah, and we thought it was very export ready. Well, he said, yes, I wish shea butter is a good product. It's accepted in the US, they would like it. But I'd like to do a market intelligence report and be sure who your buyers are. And so we paid for a market intelligence report. After the report, he redesigned our labels to suit, we conducted a market survey and spoke to the buyers, because we kept on emphasizing the fact that you must make what the people want. We helped us identify our target market as well, and so our label was redesigned.
I wanted to share briefly a story. I spoke with Ndidi yesterday about shea butter, because I don't really know about this product, and I was asking her about the different applications it had. One of them, she said, was it helps hair grow. So that is a marketing tool for the U.S. market. I'm sure you're starting with me. Hi, my name is Michael Blakey. I'm with a firm called Nathan Associates, and we are working with USAID in helping to launch a new program called the Nigerian Expanded Export Program. As Ron Greenberg said earlier, this program has yet to start. We're in the process of finalizing it. So I'm very happy to have an opportunity to speak about it today and try to solicit input from all of you. Because at the end of the day, some of you in this crowd here, I hope to see as part of this program. Next. So what exactly is this program going to be? First and foremost, this is going to be an enterprise level program. You've heard about markets program working with farmers, you've heard about the trade hub working with certain policy issues. We're going to be specifically focused on supporting enterprises. And beyond that, it's going to be very narrowly focused on export opportunities. So at the end of the day, what this program is going to try to achieve are real export transactions.
By the time you finish eating, your stomach is already big. If they do the same thing, let's assume this one is prepared to swallow very small. Then by the time you put accessories all over, then you find out that this one, by what they said 1 bag of this one can serve more. If we convert that one now to momo, how many pieces of momo dry? Yes, from that 1 point. Then if we are using it one,
So if you don't have that, okay, now
she said it now that you need to get it.
you need to get that.
You don't photocopy.
Not only five, let's
go to the next one.
The next one is the fiber of the you have to pay. It's not completely.
The next stage.
Next stage is this one. No, we don't need that.
Anyone you don't have.
Let's forget about this.
No, you put it and fix it.
Yes, that's what she said.
Zero.
Yes. So for this, okay, this one, this only refers to what you call it. So for instance, if you want to, because this has 0 fat, you could call it fat free. But most people wouldn't choose to call it fat. So it doesn't make any sense. But so like, just come up with a sodium. Yes.
Okay, let's just say 2 milligrams.
Okay, 2 milligrams. So you come down here, sodium, milligrams is 240.
With all the
Shinka,
yes,
are you listening, Shinka? We can't talk to Shinka.
we were talking about going to exporting of Nigerian agricultural products. But with the conditions and the procedures, I think it is far discouraging for somebody to bring into all the stress and all what we want to do during the shipment and all of that. I don't think it's encouraging for everybody to do.
It scared you off.
Discouraging because of the conditions and everything concerning the commission. That is just all. Such programs like this and the program for the health and the country hall will actually help you so well. And as soon as you understand the system, it's as simple as it is, just as Mr. Emeka has said, you know. But you just have to go through the process. The major problem we have in Nigerian businessmen is that yes, I want to sell my product now and I want to pay money. That is the only thing. You don't care about doing the nice marketing, you don't care about looking at the quality of what you want to sell. All you are just after is how much the dollar is and how much can you make. But it is a process. You may not be able to make money immediately, but you can establish yourself in the market. That is just all.
You also mentioned that you only talk about produce with value added. Now, you take a produce like coffee, for example, and you ship out the coffee beans. How would that be acceptable as opposed to share budget, which needs a process where it can actually go out the door? So I just need a clarification as to what you mean by value added.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I mean, we're actually doing coffee out of Ethiopia, right? So, coffee beans are essentially a consumer product because you can sell coffee beans and people can roast them and, there's a market for it. So, that would qualify. Now, if you give me something like raw plantains for me to sell, that's not going to work. You give me plantain flour, so that's the distinction that I'm trying to make. Thank you for the opportunity to clarify that.
I want to thank the participants and, of course, the resource persons that have come all the way from the US and the ones are working here as well, because none of this would have been possible if they were not here to impart the knowledge. But most especially, of course, if you, the participants, were not here to listen and to interact, we would not be able to have a successful workshop. But at this point, as organizers, I wanted to take the time out to thank the supporters and some of the banks, some of the ambassadors banking partners who have helped make this a success. We'd like to call up the representative from Fidelity Bank. A representative from Fidelity Bank. Thank you so much for all your support. We appreciate it. And I hope you extend our regards to the MD. Thank you.